Hey everybody, Trimmer Trading here, just with an update. This is my chart, and that's my personal chart. I'm gonna actually delete everything and redo it for you, so you can sort of go along with me. So what I'm seeing on Bitcoin, which is what I've been sort of shouting about for a while, is that this is a fifth wave completion, right? On the monthly time frame, we're getting bearish divergence, and if we go on the 3 month, this candle is horrendous. This is a shooting star on the 3 month. So it's no surprises, and we've got 3 month bearish divergence. No surprises, we're about to head into a significant correction, right? That that's a given. That was on the cards for a long time. But the question is, do I sell now? Do I run for the hills now? And right now, I personally think it's a very silly time to be selling in the short term. In the long time, maybe yes. And the reasons for that is quite simply because if this market's following this Elliot wave structure, right, and right now we're in a corrective phase of it. So the first part of a corrective phase is an A, right, and then it will be a B and something like that, right. This, regardless of Elliot wave, market structure in a downtrend creates lower lows. In a downtrend, right, creates lower lows and lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, right. And that's just market structure. In an uptrend, it creates higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, right? So market structure indicates that regardless of how peak it is right now and how much it's tanked right now, it will retrace to the upside at some point. And that's just how what it will do. It will retrace to the upside. And that is when you can have an opportunity to take profit at a somewhat decent price rather than these bullshit prices right now. So regarding upside, I've got a few areas I'm looking at where I'm gonna be shit hot with my reactions. If it goes back up to here and reacts negatively, I'm coming out of everything. Not just Bitcoin, I'm coming out all my alts. I'm out of here, man. I'm happy to walk away with my profits and reinvest when the prices are low. So I'm not getting too worried right now at all, because I know that what's happened is the market for me has just shown its hand. It said, "Yeah, we're bearish. We are gonna. This is the hand has been shown. We're bearish. We're gonna more than likely head into a bear market, right? So that's for me like the initial signs of it. The retrace and the failed higher high is confirmation. So that's all I'm waiting for right now. And as painful as it is, because it's tough, man. Like my portfolio is down, like, I'm not gonna say, but it's not trying to brag or anything, but it's probably more than people's whole portfolios, and you just have to stay cool in this market and just be reactive. The worst time to sell now, which I've done over and over again in my primitive days, would be now. Like, we're in extreme fear, 13 on the fear and greed index. This can dip as low as 10 or 9 I've seen, but it's not a good time to sell right now. Um, in terms of the RSI as well, look at this, man. Look how oversold that is. Like, when has the RSI been that oversold and not pinged up? It can go down a little bit lower. Don't get me wrong. It went down there. It did flake down a little bit more. Here was a black swan event with capitulation here, but to me, this sell off with the volume that we've had is capitulation, in my opinion. This is the seller's climax, and we will be pushing up to the upside very shortly. People will be basically, it will push up. People will be like, "Oh my god, why didn't I buy the dip? Keep buying, keep buying, keep buying," and then it will go up to my levels and more than likely continue with this downtrend. If you have a look on the fibs, like, we are still just in fib levels, fib zones. Regarding the retrace, again, I can't do the retrace until this is finished correcting, but I'm thinking it's going to be like the 60, 61.8, or probably this weekly level, because there's a lot of liquidity there. There's significant amounts of action. But with that being said, this looks quite nice too, this area here, which is the 51 zone. So it is a game. It's just wait. That's what I'm doing. I'm just waiting for the retrace to get out my positions at better profit than they're in. Um, yeah. So regarding Bitcoin, I think that's enough to be said about it. It's a case of waiting for the retrace. This will retrace. There's just no two ways about it. It might go lower first, but I mean, this is a really nice area of liquidity it's in at the moment. There's lots of buys, there's lots of order blocks. So it will be a good place for it to start pushing back up to the upside from here. Um, if you look here as well, back in the capitulation here, and then you got the retest back in here. Same sort of thing, lots of orders, lots of clusters of price action, and then a nice, really, really healthy, violent, aggressive move into it with plenty of volume, which is what we're getting. So yeah, I think this is near enough done in the short term in terms of downside. I think maybe we can get a little bit more trickling down to these levels potentially, but for now, it's just I'm not selling. I'm not selling. I'm preparing to sell when it gets up here, but right now I'm holding it down. So that is Bitcoin. Regarding the altcoin market, I'm going to do some analysis on the total altcoin market, excluding ETH and Bitcoin, because it's very important. And it's the same sort of story. You've got monthly bearish divergence, with prices making higher highs. We will get a confirmation at some point that this is over. Like, there will be no more. The confirmation will come in the form of, like, some people have the opinion that while Bitcoin retraces, so while Bitcoin is doing its retracement to the upside like that, these will make all-time highs, because that's usually what happens. So I'm in two minds about it, and if that does happen, that's even better for me. But again, it's the same story. Just wait right now. But be prepared for this to do a retracement to the upside, and for that retracement to be the final. Just as you have a seller's climax here, yeah. Just as you have, whenever there's the bottom, you have the seller's climax. Which is this, right? This is the seller's climax, or the final attempt, as I call it. You have that to the upside. You will have it to the upside. So if I flip this on its head, that's the final attempt to the upside. Do you know what I mean? Like, that will happen. So whether or not this is going to be back up to these levels or higher, I'm not sure. But that has to happen before the market decides to continue to go down, because it just needs to, basically. The whales, the big players, are going to be wanting to sell off their positions and load up on shorts, and they want to catch the retail off guard. They want to lure you in with that final push. So that's just going to happen at some point. Again, this I think the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin and ETH, has a little bit lower to go. By the looks of it, it doesn't look overly. I mean, it's reacting off this level, but that's not a very nice level. It's not particularly too strong. Anyways, so yeah, in the meantime, sit tight and just fucking pray. Nah. Anyways, this is strictly informational advice. This is not financial advice. This is what I'm doing. Make your own decisions as you will. Yeah, cool. I think I'll leave it there. Just keep your head on. Don't go crazy, and just be careful, and learn from this. Learn from this experience that this is the game, man. This is cryptos. This is how things go down. So yeah, man. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much.